clarity from the chair, because I see you oversight some of the offices that are involved. Every day now we have RBS, and I have actually tabulated, I see the money is being paid, because it's like payment in those RBA, is averaging 10 million in every constituency. And clearly, flipping through this budget, I can clearly tell you where that money is coming from in the votes that you oversight. My request would be, instead of the harabes every week, why can't you budget 10 million every constituency? All the Boda women groups are sent, as the CDF is sent, other than disturbing Kenyans every day in a harabe. Because this money is coming from these votes you oversight, and if you need clarity, I'll give it. To address the question from Honorable Mashako, in terms of the growth of our revenue, I mean 6.5% nominal growth of revenue is actually the lowest for the last 10 years when you discount the COVID years. So it's the lowest in nominal terms. But when you even do in real terms, it is marginal, because if you discount inflation from 6.5%, actually nothing is left. And actually that is the basis of the question that I have. And when we ask these questions, Honorable Chair, we're just asking because we want Kenya to be a better place for all of us. Last year we had a very controversial, and even the previous year, we had finance bills that were really debated. And really debated because the essence of them and the basis were touching on the Kenyan people at the core. So I'm here wondering, despite the 2023 finance bill and the finance bill of last year, the figures from government itself, because the figures I'm referring to are from government, shows that our revenue actually never grew, or if at all, marginally. So Chairman, I'm wondering, was it worth it? Are some of the rules that we are currently implementing in terms of revenue correcting measures actually good for the economy? Did we exceed the revenue maximizing tax rate, where then we started to descend in terms of collection? The more we increase the rate, the more we collected less. Two, we had some very glaring figures, because this committee used to be one. That's why I'm asking these questions, Chair. We had some presentation, which I'm sure you've also been presented in your committee, that even in the growth of our economy, the sector of construction not even decelerated, but contracted last year. That construction sector in Kenya actually shrank. It is a period where we have housing construction all around. That is a paradox, Honorable Chair, because on one side you have photographs of houses going on, but on the other side, the same government data shows that construction sector actually shrank. Many times we blame roads. We said, road sector was not growing. But if you look at the sector releases of the previous year and last year in terms of roads, there is not much difference. But again, even the component of construction, cement consumption actually went down last year. That even when we have housing projects, cement consumption actually shrank last year. So the question is, Chair, based on where you sit, is the housing levy better with the government or in the private hands? Because when this money was in the private hands, then we had a growing and booming construction sector. When we send this money to government through actually our salaries, construction sector is seen to shrink. I want to hear your view, because this is data actually from Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Lastly, we have seen that you are moving in terms of CETUS, very important issues, and especially moving from zero to exempt, things that are very important in our agricultural sector. As you are aware, 70% of the rural population in Kenya are engaged in agriculture. Then when you come to increase the cost of doing business in agriculture through increasing the cost of fertilizer in the finance bill currently, what do you have to say about that? And that carries actually all the other inputs in terms of agriculture, so that we don't go ahead, then come back And I'm saying so knowing that currently, Honorable Chair, I want to bring you to your attention that inflation is actually going up. And it is going up, it is being felt by Kenyans who currently, Honorable Chair, is actually at the highest price for the last 18 months. So we need to look at that. Thank you very much, Chair.
Answered. I wish she was answered. Then you can answer
because it's possible.
Okay, proceed.
Chairman, I just wanted to put it for record. I would not want to get in a situation of altercation because it does not serve. I respect you as the leader of this committee, but I'm just putting it into record that, Chairman, any question that I may ask regarding public resources is a relevant question. And number two, let's not overstretch our mandate also to imagine that you can guide another member on how to answer or to ask questions. And lastly, when we have a client in quotes appearing before us, it is them that I am asking questions. If I had any question to be answered by a member of this committee, including the Honorable Chair, I would not have waited for the Auditor General to come. I would have asked the Chair. So the questions I asked the Office of the Auditor General, please, if possible, don't assist him or her to give me responses.